Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Jurassic World Evolution 3, where today we are doing our very first park build here on the channel. Previously we've been showcasing some of the workshop items, some new features and whatnot, so go ahead and check out the previous videos if you want a more in-depth look at the video game and all of its new features. But today we are returning something that we did on the very first game and on the second game, and you guys seem to absolutely adore. We are rebuilding Site B. With all of these new modular pieces now about in Jurassic World Evolution 3, I guarantee some people are going to build some incredible buildings. But for me, it's always been about nature and being able to build the most prettiest looking natural habitats ever made. So we are going to try our very best to make this the best Site B out of Jurassic World Evolutions, Evolution 2s, and now Evolution 3. So let's try and get into this. But just before we do that, leave a like on the video if you enjoyed any given moment, and subscribe if you are new around here. By the way, if you haven't already purchased your copy of Jurassic World Evolution 3 just yet, there is a link down in the description that you can go ahead and click on and purchase directly from that. And when you do, it essentially works like a creator link. At no extra cost to you, I take a small percentage of that, and it helps me out more than you can imagine. But for now, let's jump into Sandbox and start a new map. Of course, since we have the brand new island generator, it's only safe to go ahead and create our own island, to be able to create our own Site B, and then maybe even upload it to the workshop for all of you guys to also download as well. But of course, in the previous games, we were on, I believe, Isla Nublar 2015, and then in Evolution 2, I think we actually built it on Isla Sorna, this map right here. A few people in the comments have said that there's actually some changes in the maps, so we might go ahead and check those out as well in a separate video. But today, of course, we have to load into the island generator. Now, of course, we need everything on creative. I don't really think there's anything else that needs to be changed. I think maybe changing that down to 1% would be more ideal. Other than that, I think everything's okay. I do want to go with infrequent storms because, you know, it's natural at the end of the day to have a storm. But the day and night cycle, I think we're going to bump that up to maybe 6 hours, just because I don't like it becoming night so quickly, especially when I'm trying to build for the time. So let's just jump right into the generator. And here we go.
My name
John
is
Hammond.
John Hammond.
Is that you
and
from
I'm in
JPod?
charge of InGen, the company that you now work for. Your job is quite simple, really. Build a park, create dinosaurs, and entertain people. Of course, we'll be keeping an eye on you as well. We'll watch your park rating and give you feedback on your performance. But in the end, the success or failure of Jurassic Park, it's all up to you.
Okay, so we are here in the island generator. I've been playing around whilst we have John Hammond speak over the top of us, and at the first glance, I really like the look of this map. This map actually looks like something that I would probably go for. But I don't want to go for it just because it's very similar to my personal park. I believe we have kind of like an area like this previously. I think this is my... Nah, surely not. Okay, maybe not some... Okay, maybe with some slight changes, but it's very similar. My personal park, I've actually started on an outlet here, and then we just built a nice area here, and we had a herbivore exhibit here, and recently on a live stream we built a medieval castle here, and then we had like a big waterfall section over here as well. So this looks very similar. So let me just go ahead and click next island. Of course, if you see any island that you do really like, by the way, I really like this. I love this section here. But if you see anything that you do like, of course, you do have the island DNA code here. So if I skip over one that you don't really, or the one that you do want, then just pause the video and check that out. But it's really annoying. I don't like the rest of this island, but I love this section of the island, especially for a Site B, man. Man, that's perfect. Okay. Let me just get rid of all of the water, because the water, I kind of want to place that down manually. I feel like we've maybe got too many mountains going on. Don't like the look of that. Let's change this up. Not a big fan of that one. Don't like the island there. Okay, let's change the shape as well. Try and make it a little bit more land massy. Okay, this one's nice, but what does it look like with more mountains? Maybe. Thing is, if I had a little bit more greenery, but I had the mountains around the back, that's what I would prefer to do. Let's see what else we can find. Okay, let's get rid of the mountains for the time being. Let's only have like 3 bars of those. This is going to take me a long while to pick the exact one I want, so I might actually end up skipping a little bit here, or I might just fast forward it so you guys can get the island DNA code for all of the maps. Okay, I think I have finally found the one that I really appreciate the most. Now, I was playing around with the mountains a little bit, and of course I put loads of trees just to kind of get the gist of what it would look like with loads of trees, because we're kind of going to go ahead and place down a lot of trees. But yeah, overall I have some sweet ideas. I have an idea for a watering hole, I have ideas for like a big mega cave, like over here as well, and then we'll have like a Gallimimus Valley over here. So I have some sweet ideas with this one. It's going to be challenging to try and make everything work, and you know, at the start you have to build buildings to have your dinosaurs and everything of the sort, which is quite unfortunate. I really hope that Frontier does go ahead and actually make a Site B mode, because it'd make my life so much easier building these. But overall I really like this, and we've also got this little sandy bit over here, so we'll go ahead and maybe build like a little beach section as well. But yeah, I think this is probably the island I want to go ahead and go with. We have 6AB8 0, I think, or OF 1373049DC9. So let's confirm island and start. And here we are. Okay, let's scope out the place now that we're actually ground level. We can get a sense of scale and everything. This cave is going to be a lot more difficult than I thought it was going to be, but it's okay. We've got that sorted. Yeah, I quite like everything. Here, I don't really think we're going to build too much, so I think... What trees do I fancy having for this build firstly? Which ones? Hold on. Let me just get rid of all of these quickly, and we'll go here so we don't lose track of which one's which. So we've got these trees, or these trees. This one is just, yeah, this is just like lower end. Okay, so I don't really know which ones to go for. I like each of them. Maybe we'll have a theme on each side of the island. I think we'll probably go for one of these two, the first and the last one for the time being, just for this section of the island. So we'll go ahead and get the woodland, conifer, broadleaf, East Asian. I kind of like the idea of East Asian woodland though. We'll go standard woodland for the time being, and we'll just literally just paint up this section, just to make it feel a little bit more natural, because there are not going to be any dinosaurs pretty much coming down here. We might get like one or two of them. I can't imagine it's going to be too many, so we'll just basically block it off like so, and we'll follow the natural area that is given us here. There we go. I might mix in a bit of this actually, make it feel a bit more full. Okay, so we've got this natural area as well. I will go ahead and place down some water just to get a little bit. Is this really the... Okay. Just to get a little bit of dinosaur footpath down here, to encourage them down here as well. But I can't imagine there's going to be too many, so we'll just go ahead and do something like this. Okay. I like it. The way that this works is essentially that dinosaurs will come down here to drink water, but they won't really stay here all that much. I might build some water here as well, just because it looks like it's begging for it. Because it's like on the corner, it's a mountain, there's not really too much going on in this area. So if we could zoom out a bit more, that would be much nicer. Frontier, please. Because I like to actually... Hold on, can I go in camera mode maybe? Okay, camera mode lets me zoom out more, not too much more. But yeah, so... That's our first section of the island. Alright, so firstly, the first place I want to go to, I think, is over here, just for the time being. Is it over here? How big are these hatcheries? Okay, the hatcheries are bigger than I thought they'd be. What do I want to do? Because we need a no, we don't need a monorail station. Why can't I build here? No, I wanted to build that. Damn, okay. We might build another mountain there then. Okay, I don't think there's much area to play around with this, so I think I'm going to get rid of this area here and just simply build all of our buildings that we need to build just for the time being, because again, unfortunately, there's no dedicated mode to be able to build a standard Site B without having buildings, but it's okay. It's okay. Right, firstly, we need operations. We need an arrival point, which... Now, this would be really cool. This goes hard. This would be really cool to have this. Can I, like... Okay. It's a bit janky. Let's see if we can make that work just quickly. There we go. We've made it work. Let's smooth this out. No, I want to smooth it out. No. I want to go far away, and now I want to smooth it out. Thank you. Okay, so we need the enclosure section. We need the hatchery. Go ahead. We'll place down this one, actually. At least seems a little bit smaller. We'll place that down, and we'll go ahead and place an aviary one. Do I need an aviary? I need an aviary. Ah, that's really annoying. Okay. Okay. I've just placed down an aviary just for the time being. We're not actually going to release anything in the aviary, of course. It's just terrain too steep. Oh, why? Why you got to be a pain in the ass for? Come on now. Okay, there we have it. So, for the time being, we're just going to leave these buildings here until we're towards the end of our build, where we pretty much already have the dinosaurs out. I'm trying to scope out the place, see what I kind of want to do here. I want to do like a little Gallimimus Valley here as well, so we'll try and keep this wide open. I don't like the look of this, so we're going to go ahead and change that to grass. It's okay in some places, but in places that I kind of want to build on, I don't really like the look of that. Okay, I think we are pretty much ready to do our speed build. So we'll go ahead and spend hours building this, and maybe release our very first few dinosaurs in here. So firstly, I want you guys to head on down to the comments to let me know what dinosaurs you want to see in this speed build. Previously, of course, we kept it to Isla Sorna dinosaurs only, and I think that's, you know, for obvious reasons. We're building on Isla Sorna, but now we have the island generator. We're building literally anywhere. So let me know what type of theme you want for this build and what type of dinosaurs you want for this build as well. We'll go ahead and try and make that become a reality. But for now, I think it's time to jump into the speed build and build a beautiful looking dinosaur park. Alright, so I've gone ahead and done most of what I wanted to do just for this episode. Of course, we're not going to do the whole island just for this episode. Otherwise, this video will be obscenely long. But I have mapped out my plans. So this is going to be some kind of Gallimimus Valley, you know, with some herbivore haven going on here as well. And we have, of course, you guys know how much I love waterfalls, so of course we had to go crazy with the waterfalls. We've got a herbivore kind of swamp going on here. Hopefully the Spinosauruses and whatnot don't decide to actually go and reside here, because then that's an issue. But then I was thinking also to continue this swamp into this area as well. So that's kind of why it's starting over here, because it's bleeding into the big area. But because of the terrain differences, I don't think dinosaurs were going to really cross over in this passageway. So I decided to just, cut it off and make it look natural. I've also decided that, we have a big mountain here. I need to take advantage of it and put some more waterfalls. So we've gone ahead and done that. I might tidy these up off screen, or I might tidy them up in the next episode, because at this moment they don't look too good, because you can see there's like some graphical bugs. So we might try to make them look nicer with some rocks and whatnot. And yeah, just because it looks it's a little bit unnatural at this point in time. So we'll try to tidy that up just a tiny bit. But then we came over here where, again, this terrain was never going to be used by the dinosaurs, so it was better than actually leaving it alone. Well, decorating it and making it look nice with waterfalls, more like a downstream river, which then starts the whole thing, which then goes here. And then we go to this big waterfall as well. This is going to be like the Kingdom's waterfall. Then that goes into a little pit. Now, I didn't actually think of this until I actually saw the little pit. I was going to flatten it out and get rid of it, but then I thought, hold on, this is a great opportunity to do something somewhat cool. So I've gone with a nice little rock fall here, or a rock pool, shall I say. I was thinking of rock fall here as well. But yeah, kind of like a rock pool. I doubt dinosaurs are ever going to get down here, so it's just kind of something pretty to look at. And we've also gone ahead and done a few more aesthetically pleasing waterfalls. Now, I have thought about where I am going to put some nests for the dinosaurs, such as here. There's going to be one nest right here. I'm not too sure what nest we're going to go for just yet. Let me double check, actually. How big is the large nest? Okay, so every nest, I think, pretty much fits within here. So my idea was going to be a medium nest, so I think I am going to put a medium nest in here. I think it's going to play around with the terrain, unfortunately, which is slightly annoying, unless I can put it up here without disturbing the foliage around it. Either way, yeah, so there's definitely going to be a nest there. Here, now, this is going to be my big project. I don't know how long it's going to take me, but hopefully I am going to be able to produce it comfortably. We are basically going to do a cavern system. We are going to make caves go over like that with rocks, and then we're just going to make a whole cave system, hopefully. That's my idea, that's my plan, so I don't really know how well that's going to go down. We'll probably have to lift this terrain as well so it blends in. Can we actually do that, or is it going to be a pain in the arse because of the outskirts? We can play around with it, I guess. I'm not going to do that now because that's content for, for another video. Okay, the terrain lines are buggering up there. So yeah, that's the plan. Basically do like a big cave. It'll either be like a big inlet, or if I'm feeling freaky enough, I might be able to do an actual cave system with availability for dinosaurs to walk through and all of that stuff. I don't know how far I want it to go. I kind of only had the plan to have it cut off there, but then I'm thinking it'll be really cool to have it go around like this. Like, that would be awesome. And then, of course, we're going to have to put some Dimetrodons in there. So if we do go along to doing that, then Dimetrodons are definitely the plan. Yeah, so we continued this river because I want the river to be continuous throughout the whole entire map, so dinosaurs don't have to go to one area just to drink. They can go literally anywhere. And we kind of finalized the river off here. Again, I'm not really too sure what I want to do in this area just yet, so I've made it very generic. We might change it up. Again, here we'll have to decorate it, make it look a little bit nicer, and here we're going to make kind of like a rock pool again, but like a rocky stream. And then here we are going to have the watering hole. So this is going to be the whole watering hole here. Probably have to flatten out some of this and muck around with the terrain just a little bit. I do like the idea of having some high ridges here, so I think we'll cut it off here, and we will cut it off here perhaps, and then just have the watering hole here, so every dinosaur can go here. We also need to play around with the terrain in this area because we'll need to use this inlet. This is where I'm planning to do one of the beaches of the island, so that's what I want to do. And then heading over here, we also want to do some beach work as well. So as much as I would love to continue the cave going on here, I think we're going to have the outskirts or the cave to kind of stop here if I do feel like doing enough doing that. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, that's pretty much the idea. There's a few other things that I do want to do, but we'll probably think of it as time goes on. For the time being, since we did pretty much just build this for herbivores, I think it's safe to say that we should probably get some herbivores out. So we will go ahead and additional bays, and we want advanced equipment, synthesized dinosaur, and we'll only look at herbivores for the time being. Now, the issue is, I don't know what herbivores I want on this island. You see, I'm not the best builder, okay? So I do have ideas for like abandoned structures. Because when I was building my medieval castle, I saw putting vines on buildings make them look really cool and abandoned. So I do kind of want like a system going on where maybe this is like an abandoned facility as well. So maybe some buildings will be scattered along the area. If you guys ever played The Isle, I know that dinosaur game, there's a few buildings scattered everywhere. So something like that, inspiration taken from The Isle, where there's just like abandoned buildings dotted around. So I kind of want a little bit of lore to my island as well. So hybrids technically aren't off the table just yet, so we might have to put the Ankylodocus eventually in there, because honestly, can I click on that tree? Thank you. I kind of like the Ankylodocus design. Like, in Evolution 1, it was dog shit, it was horrible, but Evolution 2 and Evolution 3, I love it. This looks like a proper dinosaur. The only issue is that it doesn't fight back, so it's pretty much a game over scenario. So as for other dinosaurs, of course, we're going to have one of every kind. We've got to have a sauropod in there. We've got to have an ankylosaurid in there. Ceratopsian, hadrosaurid, stegosaurid. You know, we've got to have these dinosaurs roaming about. But again, I want some kind of theme with the dinosaurs. So if anybody has some interesting lore or story ideas to plan for this island, then write me a story in the comments. Tell me what you think I should do, and who knows, maybe if I really like it, I might follow along with it, and we'll try to find buildings matching the lore, and we'll try to keep the dinosaurs on theme matching that lore as well. Which again, hybrids, not technically off the table just yet, so there is a possibility for that. For the time being, since we did say that it is pretty much a Gallimimus valley, I think it's only safe to go ahead and create a Gallimimus herd, right? So, are the skins nice on Gallimimus? They are nice on Gallimimus, okay. Because I was thinking I'll just leave it as it is. But we'll do some random patterns. There we go. Okay, hold on. There we go, that's better. Okay, so we'll breed some Gallimimuses. I think there's 6 per batch. So we'll go ahead and do 2 batches of those. Here we are. So we'll want a... Okay, I prefer the female on that one. I prefer the male on that one. I prefer the female on that one. Male. Female. Ooh, they're pretty much the same. I think we'll go female. Begin incubation. And what we got in the second batch. Okay, I prefer the male one on that one. Female's better. Female is better on that. We already have a white one, so we'll go male. We'll go male because we already have similar pattern. I think we'll go female. Okay, begin incubation. Okay, 12 Gallimimuses now set to be released. Actually, what I am going to do, just because I'm sick and tired of getting notifications and we'll probably get guests coming through and everything, we are going to lock off this area specifically to keep dinosaurs away. I don't think I need to do any more than that. Again, I don't think the dinosaurs will be able to get through there. Okay, so this area is cornered off just for the time being. Again, once we do have dinosaurs living in their natural habitat and breeding and whatnot, we will completely get rid of the hatchery, the aviary, and the... I was going to say viewing dome, but it is pretty much an arrival point. It's an incredible arrival point. Probably one of my favorites, to be honest. So yeah, we will be getting rid of those relatively soon once we have a working ecosystem. Okay, so let's get the Gallimimuses, release them via airlift. I do want to work out what the Gallimimuses do eat, because then we can kind of keep them in one location. Okay, I can't release those just yet, so we'll have to wait for the time being. Again, I did kind of want some sauropods, but I don't really think this is sauropod friendly when it comes to the foliage. So I think we'll add a few more tall trees, but not too dense, just so the sauropods can enjoy their time here as well. Yeah, so what I've decided to do, because unfortunately there is, I wouldn't say it's a bug, I think it is intended, but as you can see there are rocks around when the terrain goes higher in level, and that's literally using any brush. So what I've gone ahead and done is use the Capoke Tree 2 to basically just make foliage around the ridges. As you can see, it makes it look just a little bit nicer, because if I was to use the terrain tool or the painting tool, they will not put a tree here. If anything, they'll put a rock. So use the scenery items to your advantage. You can make your rocks and cliffs look just a little bit nicer, as you can see here as well. So yeah, just keep that in mind, because there's a lot of possibilities I think people are going to miss out on just because they don't realize that they can do something like this, and you know, just sink them into the ground, make them blend into the ground, and it just makes these areas just a little bit nicer, a little bit more alive, instead of just barren and horrible and rocky. Again, I'm pretty... Look at this area. Like, this looks 10 times nicer than it just having nothing, because I can't place anything. Can't place rocks, and I can't place trees because of the terrain differences. As you can see, there's very minimal amount of terrain. So we had to use some scenery objects, but go crazy. Use the foliage objects and scenery objects because they definitely make it better. Like, for example, this area right here, we go scenery, we go to rocks. What kind of rock do I want? I want a darker looking rock to match the terrain. So, I think it's the first one's actually there, the darkest, right? That will do actually. So what we can do is place a rock here, swivel it around, one here as well, one like that, turn the radius, and there we go. Instead of just having the crappy ground sticking out, we can just add a little bit of rock just to make it look a little bit nicer. Nothing too crazy, otherwise it just looks a bit too overboard. I think I'm going a little bit overboard now, actually, come to think about it, so I better stop myself. But yeah, there you go. Just makes it look a little bit nicer. This looks like a great opportunity for a cave system, but this is not a scenery object. This is a paint and brush tool object, so yeah, that's unfortunate. Oh, it's beginning to rain. Oh, I like this. See, I like it when it just rains a little bit like that. Just makes it feel a little bit more alive. I love it. I love this area. I mean, I don't know where the water's going here. It would be really nice, again, as I said, to just have it like drop off the cliff here. But until mods come around, I don't think Frontier are going to let us do anything of the sort. So hopefully mods come around so that we can build, and then I'll have a nice little waterfall here if we ever get around to doing that. But overall, I really like this area, and I feel like it flows really nicely and quite naturally into the main portion of the river, which goes into here. And then again, I don't like this area. I don't like how wide it is and having just that tiny little thing there. So we'll have to sort that out. Again, I don't like how straight that is, so we'll have to sort that out as well. But it does flow eventually into the water. But we'll have this river maybe Miranda and come around here and conjoin here as well, so that the watering hole, the main watering hole, isn't connected by just tiny little streams. But it kind of gives me like a Scottish Highland vibe, you know, with the little streams and the mountains and everything, a bit of rain. Unfortunately, I don't think we can make it snow just yet. I'm pretty sure they'll upgrade the island generator soon. We'll have a video explaining how I think it could be a little bit better as well. But overall, I'm quite happy with how we started. How are our Gallimimuses settling in? Hello, guys and gals. How are we doing? They seem okay. What do they eat? Missing ground leaf. Okay, so let's tall leaf, ground leaf. Okay, let's place a little bit of ground leaf here, because there is some ground leaf dotted around the area. I think here is actually ground leaf, so they need to come this way. But I think they're okay. Is their territory okay? Ah, they can't get through there. Yeah, I was thinking they can't. Okay. It's okay. We'll just we'll go ahead and flatten the terrain in this area like that, and we'll smooth it out. Now hopefully that means they should in theory be able to walk down there. I don't think the sauropods will be able to. Can they walk here as well? I don't think they can. No. Okay, so dinosaurs are pretty much trapped if they stay in this area. We just need... Oh no, they can walk up there. Can they walk through here? I hope so. I don't think it can. Okay. Let me try and fix this. Now can you? Yes, you can. Okay, sweet. Okay, so the larger dinosaurs... can I see... No, I can't see territories. Okay. The larger dinosaurs, I don't think we'll be able to traverse around here, but that's okay. It can be a small herbivore haven, if you must. Which means we should probably put down some ground leaf, just a little bit, and any other ground fiber as well, just to have a few more in here. This is what I mean, like the rocks are just, they're placed automatically, and I don't really want the rocks there, which is slightly annoying, but it's okay. Okay, Gallimimuses are happy. Again, I don't know. The terrain isn't terrible. I think it's the scenery objects. I don't think they can walk around here because of the scenery objects. What about here? Is that in the buildable barrier? Okay, that is in the buildable barrier. That's fine then. That should be fine. If we just bring the terrain a little bit like that. And then we smooth the terrain. Like that. I think the smaller herbivores might be able to. I think I'm going to have to play around with the terrain just a little bit more here. Let's go like that as well. And then smooth it out here. Nope, smooth it out, please. Okay, okay, this is going to take a lot more work than I anticipated. That's okay. That's the whole point of making a little building park. Okay, now I think the smaller herbivores and smaller carnivores will be able to walk through here. Kind of like a pathway, I guess. I don't like how far it dips down there, unfortunately. So, let's try to fix that a little bit. There you go. There you go. Smooth, maybe? Yeah. Okay, so it's like a little pathway. There you go. The Gallimimus is expanding her territory and can go down here. So, in time, I'm sure it'll be okay. Let me just smooth out this area. I did notice that she didn't want to come down too much. So, just do a little bit more terraforming. Okay. I'm sure that they'll be fine. I'm sure she didn't want to go down there because the rest of her herd is over here. Alright, let's release the other Gallimimuses. And we'll release them via airlift, of course. We will place them here, 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 here. And why not? We'll place one there as well. So we'll wait for these Gallimimuses to leave. And I do want a sauropod. Now, I don't know what sauropod I do want. There's multiple options. Dreadnoughtus is usually the one that I do go for because of its just menacing size. She's literally called Fear Nothing. Where is she? Where is she? There she is. Like this is a proper sauropod in my eyes. Same with the Plodicus. I like the Plodicus. Apatosaurus, not too bad. Brachiosaurus, very generic. Can we go sort of by large? Yeah. Mamenchisaurus, I do want, but I don't at the same time. So if we can fit it in lore-wise, maybe. Patago Titan would be really cool. But I don't think I want Patago Titan in this area. I want her more near the watering hole that we'll eventually build. Therizinosaurus, obviously, is going to probably be added. Would be really, really nice to see Theri. Yeah, these are the sauropods. I don't... That's it. Okay, that's loud, Therizinosaurus. Okay. Are these all of the sauropods? I feel like we're missing something. Oh yeah, we also have this. I don't know what to do with this. I mean, maybe I don't know. Maybe in another video we might do the Dreadnoughtus. It's just like there's no real point for this anymore when this exists. But I do like the idea of having different variants because we can just rename it as a different dinosaur at the end of the day. So, but again, I don't really know. Is there anything else with variants? I don't think there is anything else with variants. It's only Dreadnoughtus. So these are pretty much the sauropods to pick from. I think eventually we will have Apatosaurus because it's a small sauropod. Oh, is a Margosaurus? I don't think a Margosaurus is in the game. No, okay. A Margosaurus will eventually be in the game because it was base game content for Jurassic World Evolution 2, and they've confirmed that they are releasing the species, the base game species from Evolution 2 for free in Evolution 3 once they're ready and they've got all of the parents and juvenile situations sorted out. So we do know that it is coming. It's just a shame because I think the Amargasaurus fits perfectly in this park build. So for the time being, I think Apatosaurus and Diplodocus are probably going to be in this build. I do want Dreadnoughtus and Patagotitan, which means that Mamenchisaurus, Brachiosaurus, and Chilodocus are probably going to miss out. But again, it depends if anybody comes up with some crazy good lore in the comments. So head on down to the comments and we might go ahead and build the rest of the park based off the story that you've made. But for now, I think I'm going to stick it quietly. And we're going to be tame. We're going to go with Apatosaurus. Doesn't really have nice skins, but it's okay. Anything nice here? Nicer, but they're not exactly nice. We'll go with 2 Apatosauruses. What's the difference between male and female? I don't see any difference. Do you guys see any difference? I don't see any difference. Oh well. Okay, we'll go ahead and do Apatosaurus. And I think... What's the skin like on Diplodocus? Diplodocus is definitely nicer. Yeah. Okay. Trying to think. What's the difference between male and female? I noticed no difference.
Diplodocus.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I didn't press control, but okay. Let's see. Which skin do I want for the Diplodocus? I like the darker one, but I also like the brighter one. I like the greens, and I think I'm going to go with that one. And if we do get a male is pretty much the same, really. We'll go for a darker Diplodocus here. Okay, so we'll get 2 Apatosauruses and 2 Diplodocus on the go. Which male skin do I prefer? I prefer that as male. Quench and Resilient. Yeah, okay, I'm fine with that. So we've got 2 sauropods now on the way. They will be living in here. We'll have the smaller sauropods. Maybe we'll do like a Brachiosaurus or 2. We'll only do 1 Patagotitan and 1, what else? Brachiosaurus, Dreadnoughtus actually. 1 Dreadnoughtus, because those guys are just way too large. Let's speed up time here. Also, I did think that this would be a really cool place for a nest as well. So, okay, seems like large nests also fit in here. So we can also put a large nest in here if we want, maybe for the carnivorous dinosaurs. But we'll wait and see. We will wait and see. Okay, now we're finally releasing the Diplodocuses, and look how crazy these guys move the sauropods, by the way. Watch. We'll lift up this Diplodocus out of the hatchery, and look what happens. Swing! Why does it do that? That poor animal. That poor animal. Okay, right, we're speeding up time here just to make it... Ooh, we're getting clouds. Are we going to get rain? No, we're just getting clouds. Okay. Alright, so... Okay, now that I actually see dinosaurs in the habitat, it's cool. It is really, really cool. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me grab my controller. We'll go into camera mode and we'll just check out everything. Oh my goodness. Look at this. It just feels better. It feels so much better. And then hopefully, if we just keep going, we'll eventually see the Apatosaurus. So there they are. And the Gallimimus as well. They're just chilling. They're just enjoying their time. And then they can go here and drink some water as well. As it comes down, stay in the shade if they want. This is some colder water in this area. Hello, Apatosaurus. Are you smiling at me? I've never seen such a happy Apatosaurus. Look how happy they are. They're so happy to be here. I'm happy for you guys to be here as well. Oh man, this is just incredible. We'll keep going. We'll find some more Gallimimuses. Just chilling. Eventually, I think we will put Ornithomimus in here, so don't worry. We can go through this, right? No, we can't. I think the dinosaurs can, though. I think dinosaurs can walk on objects, so we might replace this with an actual big rock so that the dinosaurs can go on it. We'll move through the sanctuary just a little bit more. Never mind, no we won't, because foliage. There we go. See, even more Gallimimuses. I love the arrival point in the background, by the way. Absolutely love it. There we go. And this, I think those are the last remaining Gallimimuses in this area. But again, they can walk over here now. I've double checked, they can. And then they can just come around here and see the absolute gorgeous looking foliage and waterfalls. And oh, it's looking real good. It's looking real good. Honestly, I think I might have impressed myself. Like, I love the look of most of these. Love it so much. And then imagine once we have like a big cave system going on here with the Metrodons living in it, and it will continue all the way around here, and then that'll be another exit over there. That'll be really cool. Okay, let's take a better view of everything we built today. Took me a couple of hours, but worth it. So freaking worth it. I love it so much. I mean, it doesn't look as nice once we're far in the sky and not everything is spawned in. But again, if we do come down here and we see everything respawned in and we just walk around here, hopefully more herbivores will be chilling in this area. Maybe even a few carnivores. I wouldn't mind that too much. But once you see the Diplodocus in this area, yeah, I'm so glad I chose the Diplodocus. I think this dinosaur fits very well in this region. Hey guys, how you doing? How you doing? Oh, and a Gallimimus has come here as well. Eventually we will put down some nests. I don't want them too much just yet, because they're just going to breed like rabbits. I've seen it before. That's what they do. They breed like crazy. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Why have we got a Gallimimus? Why are you over here? There's always one that has to be different, isn't it? Again, guys, if you are brand new around here, we do have a Patreon going. So if you do subscribe to the Patreon, you actually, I can't remember which tier it is, but it is one tier and above, where if you do subscribe to it, you will have access to having any dinosaur that you want named after yourself. So once you do purchase the Patreon subscription tier, you can go ahead and tell me which dinosaur number, name, whatever you want. And if you DM me and show me proof of purchase for the Patreon, we'll go ahead and name that dinosaur after you as well. So that's completely optional, don't worry, but it's because I don't really name dinosaurs myself. How did this guy get down here, by the way? He traversed all of that terrain, look at that. He went through all of that terrain, that's crazy behavior. Oh man. But if you do want to help me out before actually giving me direct money, because I know that not everybody wants to do that. If you're going to go ahead and purchase Jurassic World Evolution 3 on PC, then there is a link in the description for you guys to go there. And again, as I said at the start of the video, a portion of that money that you do spend on the game actually heads over to me as well and goes to my pocket to help me out just a little bit more. But yes, I think for now, I'm very happy with all of this. I'm very happy with how it all turned out. I think the Diplodocuses are very happy as well. But for now, I think that's where we're going to end off episode 1. So leave a like if you enjoyed, and make sure you're subscribed to make sure... I don't even know what I was saying there. Make sure you're subscribed to make sure you don't miss anything. Where did this Gallimimus come from? That you don't miss anything from Jurassic World Evolution 3. We'll be posting this hopefully every 2 days, a new episode, amongst with other Jurassic World Evolution 3 content. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe out there, make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.